Hi, how you guys doing? Today we're going to ask a question. Is a PRS Singlecut a better Les Paul? I want to thank Ms. Janet from Davis Guitar for passing me the PRS McCarty 594 Singlecut. These days, we're going to find a lot of variations of the good old Les Paul, the good old Gibson Les Paul, right? This is an original 1997 Premium Plus Classic. Great guitar, but weighs a ton. Through the years, you find different iterations of this. Like you have, from my experience, I played like Les Paulish kind of guitars from ESP Edwards, which are really nice. The Singlecuts, the 594 from PRS, the McCarty 594 Singlecut, some of the Harley Bentons are really nice too. And of course there are the Tokais, and various other companies are like, kind of trying to duplicate the magic that lies between the Gibson Les Paul. Now, the Gibson Les Paul has a long history. I'm not going to go through the history. You guys will probably know. But it's famous for its thick rock sound, this heavy, kind of like, when you hear it, okay, this song is going to rock out, the kind of sound. It's so unlike the Stratocaster. It's so unlike the Telecaster. But it's a heavy guitar. So for live playing, especially for guys my age, it's going to be a problem. But thank God, recently they have come out like different iterations of Les Pauls, like, chambered bodies. And Gibson has come up with chambered Les Pauls. They're okay, but they don't sound the same. You lack the weight. So from what I've experienced, I've known that guitars that weigh a little bit or weighs a bit do make a difference. You know, there is a certain tonal qualities to it. You know, people might argue with me all day long. You know, they might want to shoot me or that. You know, it's an age-long discussion and debate. You know, whether a chambered Les Paul sound the same as a non-chambered Les Paul. But I know that when I play on a guitar that weighs a little bit, I'm pretty sure that it's going to sound great. The only thing is that my shoulders and my back will complain. Right? And then here comes along the PRS Singlecuts. So this is the PRS SE245. So 245 means it's 24.5. This is the shortest scale length of all 3 guitars featured today in this video. And it's light. This is like 3.5 kg. And I can play long hours with this. And there's not much of a compromise in tone. Now, of course, you will lose some of the weightiness, you know, if you're gonna have if you like low frequencies. There's gonna be a difference between this and the Les Paul Classic that I have. But in terms of playability, it's easy to play. You know, now all 3 guitars share a similar neck profile. The Les Paul Classic has the thinnest profiles of all the Les Pauls. It's easy to play. Not as thin as any other guitars out there, like the Ibanez. This is still a vintagey kind of feel, but it's easy neck. This has a white flat pattern. The McCarty 594, the S2 594 has a vintage pattern. So in terms of playability, they are easy to play. Now, of course, the PRSs has medium frets. Or rather jumbo frets, and the Les Paul has normal frets. That's about it. In terms of nut, the PRSs have their own proprietary nut. The Les Paul that I have has a bone nut. Now, in terms of the bridges, all 3 has different kind of bridges. Well, I guess the McCarty 594 and the Les Paul share almost the same profile, except this is a one-piece tail bridge, right? And of course, the main difference are the pickups. Now, the PRS's pickups are about the same, although this is the 245 that is specifically designed for the 245 series as well as the Zachman guitar. And the S2 McCarty 594 has a 5815 S, right? They are about the same. But the original pickups for this Les Paul are the 496R and the 500T, but they're ceramic, right? So they sound different. I've installed Wayne's retro, or rather a repro retro of the 1970, 1967 PAFs. So these are anicos. You have anico 4 and anico 5 on the bridge. In terms of sound, all 3 pickups have different characteristics to it, but basically they are about the same. So the final question remains: do PRS Singlecut make a better Les Paul? So if you're looking for a Les Paul guitar, which would you go for? But of course, we're talking about price ranges here. You know, there is always the cheaper or the more affordable brands. Now, the Edward company from ESP made really nice Les Paul, and they are really well made. But they feature Seymour Duncan pickups. So if you're not a fan of Seymour Duncan pickups, you might just want to swap them out. And then of course there's a Harley Benton, which are really nice, really affordable, and you are given the opportunity to kind of like swap pickups wherever you want to. But then again, the quality would differ, you know. There you go. You have the PRSs. So the 2 PRSs that I've tried, the 2 Singlecuts that I've tried are the McCarty's 594, the coil, as well as the S2 and this 245. And I actually like them and I actually prefer them, not because I'm a fan of PRSs. I'm just talking about my back and my shoulders. This is easy to hold and to play, you know. So the PRSs have like, you know, a body cut, you know, so it's easy for the body to adapt to the guitar for long periods of time. The Les Paul doesn't have a body cut at all, you know, so it will take a bit of effort to play this, and to carry this on stage is like crazy. This is like really heavy. This is like, wow, 4.38 kg. You know, I guess this guitar is a little bit heavy because I have installed Spetzel's tuners on this, so yeah, that's me. So, something to consider. You know, there are many alternatives out there. So for me, at this price range, at what the SE is going for, I guess this is a great alternative for a Les Paul, you know, given the price range that Les Pauls are going for these days. And even the S2. The S2 McCarty 495 is a great buy. You know, it's more or less a more affordable option. And then of course there are the Edwards, there are the Tokai, so the selection is all there for you to choose. Are there better Les Pauls out there in the market other than what Gibson has to offer? I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, give me a thumbs up, right? And join this channel, subscribe to this channel, press that bell for notification of future videos, and be part of the patrons to support this channel. I would appreciate it. I want to thank all my patrons for the love and support. Thank you guys. In the meantime, you guys please take care of yourself, and I'll see you real soon. Ciao.